Today I'm walking down the street with Jason, who is a mokuhanga artist, but that's what I know about him. Jason, tell us, who are you?
I'm Jason Fujiwara. Uh, what am I? Okay, I'm an artist, a mokuhanga artist. I'm occasional runner. I'm a occasional gym goer. I'm a teacher. I teach English. Um,
A
I'm
father,
a father, a husband.
a great friend.
Yes, a good friend. I try to be. Anything else?
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. And tell us about what the reason why one of the reasons why I invited you is your work, your artwork, mokuhanga. What is mokuhanga for? Let's say for us that we don't know anything about
Okay, so mokuhanga is Japanese woodblock print.
it.
It's got about 1700 years of history in Japan. Probably more because it came from China. And for people who don't know, so you carve out from wood. You carve out the area that you want to print, and everything you don't want printed is carved out. Okay, and then on top you put a water-based pigment like watercolor, gouache, or raw pigments, and that goes onto the wood, and then paper goes on top, and with by hand you can press the paper into the wood, and you get that print.
Yeah, yeah, it is an incredible work. How did you start? Where is the
Started probably I studied printmaking at university in Australia, um, and I was always very interested in the Japanese aesthetic, but I didn't know how to do omega at the time. So I was basically just um, scanning and then collaging, digital collage and physical collage using old Japanese prints like from Masai or Higashiga, and that's where it all started.
the beginning?
Yeah, that's the beginning.
And on your profile, I read you talk about living in between world where the east meets the west, or the all the way around.
Yeah,
If
East
I'm
meets
not
West.
wrong.
Either way, it's fine.
Yeah.
um, yeah, so I'm half Japanese, half Australian, right? So the East meets the West for me is Japan meets Australia. Um, and so in my work, especially with my with my prints, it's always landscapes. So it's mainly about how landscapes influence the identity.
Mhm.
And so it's like I've got Australian landscapes and combined with like the Japanese technique together in one image.
And,
Yeah.
and it blends very well. I've seen your work and how it looks like and the way that is the image. We can relate it to that. Some Australian natural scenarios, but as you just mentioned, using the Japanese technique. But also, you do something that is very interesting. And tell us about your art hikes and the workshops that you do.
Okay. So I love hiking, right? A lot of my images come from my photographs that I take on my hikes. Um, and so I want to also be able to teach people mokuhanga. I've got like 10 years of teaching English in Japan, and so I can use those two skills together. So I get a group of people together and we go hiking. Like we've gone to
Yes, we have
Takao, whatever that was, and also more recently, something a little bit more accessible is what I've been doing here in Tokyo. Is we go walking around a shrine in Hino. Uh, we draw what we see. So it might be like the red leaf uh, flowers in the springtime. Usually I do it in spring or autumn, right? Um, so we draw what we're seeing in the area that we're walking, and then we bring it back and I show them how to make a mokuhanga print.
And it is interesting because in these days that we want everything so fast, we want to do things to rush to get things done very fast. I've been to your art and hikes, for example, and I noticed that is a mindful moment where you stop, you observe, as you said, get something that gets your attention, and then you transform that into art. And another thing that I like is that, for example, a person like me that I'm not an artist or I have never done it before, I was actually very satisfied with the result. You taught me how to get the perspective, using lines and as you draw. I think that there's something therapeutic, therapeutic, some how can I say that you can use to take care of yourself, to stop and transform a moment in a piece of art.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think being out in nature or even just a park like where we are today, um, you need to be a bit more present in the moment, right? So you can notice all these different changes, how the light is reflecting off the windows or off the trees in the background. You can notice how this tree here has different color here compared to the top, right? So um, that might be how a bokashi or gradient is done in the mokuhanga print. So yeah, you got to take your time and notice all these little differences. Um, and I think that's a skill that's not not so easy to do these days.
Yes, that's true because we want things that are preset or is already prepared. We just go, even barbecues, if you think about this these days, you go to a place is all prepared. You just kind of arrive and grill and then you do things very fast, not having the time to prepare, to observe like art, as you just said, that we observe, you see the lights, you take that moment and how you're going to transform that in a piece of art, like curve later select colors. But there is another thing that you said that got my attention is you call your work a visual document that you can document the moment and register the moment.
Yeah. Um, so when I first mentioned that, how did I think of it? It was more like me recording my own journey through Japan at the time as well. I wasn't really thinking of anything spiritual.
So, yeah, it doesn't have to be spiritual, but for sure, when you say that, like a visual document,
Yeah,
for example, we can keep that moment as you register in the we can use uh, digital pictures, but auto
yeah,
art is something that you put the work in. I believe that what I remember from your event, that I created that memory of the ritual, going all the way, hiking, observing, enjoying nature, and then later capture one moment in one piece that I can bring with me. It's something tangible.
yeah. It's interesting. Like I think it's so easy to get your phone out, and take a photo, take a video, but then what happens?
We just
It
have a
just
lot of
it just gets
pictures.
lost in the camera roll of forever, right?
Yeah.
But with a physical image that you've made by hand, um, like I'm never gonna forget those those snapshots of time. Like they're there forever in my head, but also physically uh, on my wall or on someone else's wall. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure. Yeah, you can. Yeah, as a professional, you sell the art, but for somebody like us that we join your class, you can do that as a gift or invite somebody else to come with us and create that memory of doing art together. I think there are many benefits from one session of art
Yeah,
class.
yeah. Sorry.
If you have one message to share with the world, as Jason, as the mokuhanga artist, what would be your message?
I think there's so many people that I meet, who have all these dreams or aspirations, but they don't do anything. Um, and to me, that's really weird. So, and it's so easy to start something. Like you can get a pencil and paper and start drawing, or you can sing your favorite song, or whatever it is that you enjoy. It's easy to look on YouTube and do some yoga poses. Like everything's so easy to do, but you just got to make a decision to do it
And act on that.
and act. Yeah.
Thank you. That's wonderful. Now is the lightning round. I say one word or a sentence, and you tell me what comes to your mind. Mountains,
Peaceful.
ocean,
Ocean. Swimming.
city,
Tokyo.
fatherhood.
Ooh. Uh, Fatherhood. So I'm a new father. Um, so it's challenging, but also rewarding.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Art.
Life.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Who's your favorite mindfulness teacher?
Um, you
Yeah, of course.
and
Namaste.
have you heard of Abraham Hicks?
Yeah, no.
No. Okay.
I think you sent me something about that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say Abraham Hicks.
Okay. And your favorite yoga teacher?
You
Namaste. Thanks. That's Jason. So